What up, Lowrider family? Here we are another day doing some streetcar repairs in the mix. For all you G-body warriors swinging in the streets, little streetcar warriors doing the damn thing. This is what we got going on today. We got some tower reinforcement. So, turn around, broke everything loose on the homie's car, and then found some battle wounds. So we had the frame popping up in this section. Went ahead, heated her up, bent her back down, re-welded her out right here. And then we originally had reinforcement already on our front side of our towers. So went ahead and chopped those off. And then he was already pulling his upper A-arms out through the backside. So went ahead and made some 1/4 inch tabs inside here. Fabricated them out, burned them in as best as possible. Tight area, you feel what I'm saying? So made another fresh set of tabs, burned them on in. So now he's straight with double the thickness right here to mount the upper control arm, and then back on the outside with reinforcement, and then his little frame repair. Also in the mix is going to be the transmission lines right here. As you can see, the damage. So transmission lines ended up getting pinched up on the upper control arm. Just due to swinging and hopping, so ended up breaking the motor mount. So went ahead, swapped out motor mount, and then next gonna put on the new transmission lines. Kind of going into a little bit more than welding. I don't know, Lowrider family. Some of these street warriors, you need to do preventative maintenance. Check your shit. Come on. But part of the game. So you start playing and hopping and all that, then you just got to know what's gonna come along with it. You know what I'm saying? So. Pretty dope. Got to see it right here. And just in general, if you guys are doing this modification, adding the extra metal inside the ears, what you're going to want to do is get a dog bone right here. Get a dog bone. So this is, you know, the part where the upper control arm mounts onto, and with your tabs, go ahead and literally do the bolter on in like so, and then tack up your little tabs that are internally in there. Tack them up. That way your guys' placement is correct. That way it's not offset and then the bolts won't fit and all that get wah shit. So mock up first with your tabs, you know, use the actual dog bone, bolt her up, get her up on there, and then throw your tacks internally, and then take it off and then burn her on out. You know, same concept on the outside, another set of tabs and all that shit. And just want to show some of the little street warrior damage, you know what I mean? Little single pump 8 battery car demolishing the frame, you know what I mean? That's pretty good. So other little things in the mix, Lowrider family. Put this shit on right here real quick. Also, with you guys swinging and all that shit, another section you guys want to check is on your belly side right here. So I already had this car reassembled and trying. Something wasn't hitting right, so came over here, and you could see from Overlock Warrior and all the playtime. So we got all this damage right here, belly side, front and back, and so gonna go ahead and I believe they're called bunt washers. They're a little bit thicker than a standard washer. I'm gonna put those on and rig her up right here, and bolt her on in, and then cook her. But wanted to show the before damage, that way you can see, you know, street car when you're playing, driving, and you're really using your hydraulics, just to show some of the damage that won't really show when you have the nut on. When you have the nut on and your lower arms up in there, you're not going to see all this kind of shit. But it's just the little things that a lot of people won't realize that you run into. You know what I'm saying? That little shit that it adds up, you know, on the damage side, then it robs you from your hit and all that shit. But just want to show that, Lowrider family. Oval Warriors in the building. Yeah, I mean, so the other things I gotta attack that you don't always see, you know, from the outside looking in. But just to show you guys on the other side, what the repair actually, to Warrior, you know what I mean? What the repair actually looks like. Stroll on over here, Lowrider family. Go on this side right here, and so it's gonna be I believe it's called a bunt washer, and so I stacked 2 out. So right here, Lowrider family, I put the bolt in, mock it up with the bolt, do the tacks, it's double stacked on the washers. That way it's a little bit thicker than 1/4 inch. Go ahead and burn it in. I burn it in about 2 or 3 times around as best as possible. It's kind of a hard area. Hopefully y'all can see that, but it's the bump washers to save it. That way you got a fresh hole to swing on and go from there. Kind of rough area, but that way y'all can see double stacked on the gold hardened washers. And then right here there's like 3 passes coming out, because the arm's gonna wanna pull out this way, so I throw more meat on the weld coming out this way, that way fucking to hold her in place. And then also with the homies that are driving on the freeway and all that, that way you guys are secured on your lowers and it's not all kinds of fucking shaking and all that. So next repair in the mix, Lowrider family, we got the other tower was completely excuse me, it was demolished. And so on this side, cut out the original reinforcement right here. A couple years ago when I first got this car, all this whole section right here was just all the way through, all the way bent up. It was fucked up. So now what we got going on, the homie's been rolling it, I want to say for about maybe like 2 years, clowning and hopping and driving freeway bound and all that shit. So went ahead and finally on this side of the tower, it ripped all the way through, completely ripping off the bolt. A-arm smacked right there against the header, and yeah, man, Bondo Warrior. So in the maintenance mix, you guys, for this side, what I did, I had to heat it all up and pull it out with the come along, rig it on down. All this side was bent. It was fucked up. It was bent. So got her back to placement, did the mock-up with the dog bone, but this side was so bad, what I ended up doing was the internal tab and solid welded in bolts, and then a full tab because I already know the homie's going to be playing real hard. So other side, he'll still have access with the impact gun. On this side, he's going to have to wrench it if he's going to want to do maintenance and all that. So welded in bolts, so y'all can see the bolts right here, welded in, you know, thick DOM, you know, that's a lifesaver right there. So got her back in place. This was the tore up side, so now she's looking cha-cha. But all that little stuff, you know, that comes with the street warrior life of hopping and playing and clowning, the 3-wheeling, all that stuff puts a lot of stress on the frames, you guys. So just the little stuff to look out for. You know, and this is, you know, there's a single piston 8 batteries, but you know, I don't know, little Pantheon gear got some huevos. But that's where it's at, Lowrider family. So little repairs on how to do them and what they look like and the damage and stuff. Little single piston 8 batteries, just to put it out there. I mean, hope everybody's having a positive day, and ooh, gotta get back with a mix. Yay!